by empowering lives.
So for Ruto to have what is in his mind, because what is in the mind of Ruto is not a yesterday thing. It is something that he planned when he was in YK 92, that he will become a president and rule forever. Because that's the intention of Ruto, to rule forever. The actual Ruto plan was to eliminate the dynasties, to make sure that he has destroyed any formation that is not from him. And the formation he started working against is the formation, the Kenyatta formation and the Oginga formation. And the one that worked easy for him to start destroying was the Kenyatta formation by destroying the Kikuyu system in his government. And that one he thought that it was so easy for him when he removed GACHAGUA from the system, so he knew that all the Kikuyus now will not be in the system. The kind of Kikuyus they will have is the kind of Akina Ishongwa, the kind of Kuria, the kind of those sycophant people. Unfortunately, as I told you again that GACHAGUA is not going to be finished, he will still be around, things again started and GACHAGUA became great again. He's fighting and he's become what he is. The bigger picture Ruto is not to work with anybody that was a product of Raila. Remember when he said that huyu mzee tutampeleka polepole hata jua venye tabika bondo. The people with Raila were radicalized by Raila. They are the children. Watoto wa Raila. They behave like Raila. As he removes Raila from the system, he also has to remove his children. Lazima wote waondoke. Watoto wake wote waondoke. Because they will cause problem. For him was to create a revolution in the Luo land. That was his work. Remember, when he was fighting Uhuru, he made sure he doesn't have any Uhuru product candidate. He supported people that were not pro-Uhuru. He went for Didinyoro, he went for Ishongwa, he went for young people. Therefore, that is a trait that Ruto has always had. Destroy the hierarchy that is and create your own hierarchy. And now Raymond, as he was placed, he has only one task, not an interior minister.
PS of interior.
He was not. He has never been a PS for interior. He is positioned there because of Luo Nyanza to make sure any product, any child related to Raila in politics has to go home. Winnie was removed from the Sifuna camp and brought back to the systems. Then Ida was removed from the political equation of this country. She was sent out of the country.
Kapewa kazi pale UN.
Akapatiwa kazi kule UN. So she cannot speak politics. She cannot do politics because she is a diplomat. Number two, Oburu was brought in to do the Bwekse. He is doing the Bwekse. And after he did the Bwekse, and they made sure that Ida has been taken away, and the Winnie has been brought in to be crushed, has been removed from people to be taken back for the crushing. Now the Omolo systems started working. Were given money, were given contracts by the government so that they can have money in preparation to remove the likes of Wanga, to remove the likes of
Orengo,
Akina Nyanza. All that group that was created, groomed by Raila, has to go. And many things that are happening around, they can be threatened that these things were going to destroy them. So that is why they were humbled down. And that is how now they cannot have the teeth they used to have.
To bite.
They cannot be able to bite. Again, they have been removed. The one who could have brought the legacy of Oginga back to the streets, it is Winnie. Winnie was tricked and removed from Sifuna and brought into the ODM that is now being crushed. Are you getting me now? Now Oburu is going to be atenda kuondolewa kabisa from the equation. One thing, he cannot be able to campaign alone. People who are supposed to support him, akina Gladys Wanga, wamewekewa moto kwao. Gladys Wanga will be fighting politics za ground za kwake county yake. Nyumba zote zimewaka stima, amehakisha. Now is operationalization of the move. And the move now is to kick Wanga out, kick Oburu out, and kick any Oginga child, political child out. waliletwa hapa juu, wakaletwa hapa juu, wakaletwa hapo juu, then things were being worked. And the moment they are sure now the machine is working, wanahitaji tu kama mafuta with the kick, sasa wameanza kuwagonga. And this is why I see Oburu is complaining, saying Omoro to get out of. Who is Omoro? A PS? Why would Mbwekse talk about a PS? A small person.
Are you a whole youth leader? A whole leader of an ODM party? A whole
youth leader talking about a PS. Why will they be complaining of a PS, not a minister, a PS? Because the PS was not a PS. He was a king in formation, and the king has now grown up, and the king is taking the throne. Any system that uses you to do his work, they are dirty jobs, they are dirty operations. At the end of the day, they will consume you.
Mambo vipi, welcome once again, and due to public demand, whenever unaniona na Apostle, unajua tu watu wanatafuta. Akimtafuta lazima tumtafute pia sisi yeye tukupata. Apostle.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I thank God for everything. And I'm a happy man. Do you know when nature vindicates you, you become a happy man? Because you are not arguing with the people or competing with the people. You are just doing your work. And then people just decided to vandalize you. And then the nature, I'm a God, anakuja na kuvindicate na anawambia, this man, I send him to come and say on behalf of me. If I may say, God is in control. Amen. Yes. No. Because many people thought without Baba, Kenya might collapse. Many people thought with Ruto, tutakuwa tumemalizika. That now that Baba has gone, who nani atatuduven? Those I saw argument, people were arguing sometimes, and they were saying it's like now that Baba has gone, nani atakuwa kitupigania? Now look at GACHAGUA. He's come strongly. Sifuna has come strongly. Kalonzo is coming strongly. And the people like us also are becoming stronger and stronger and giving direction, because most of the things that we are saying here, they are giving direction.
Kumekuwa na msuko kwenye broad-based government.
Yes.
Umeona ODM wakijitokeza na kuanza kusema they demand respect, you guys are disrespecting us. Can you tell us more? What is happening between ODM leader ground and...
No, what you need to understand, and maybe I take you back. I don't know whether you've forgotten. There's a time we are seated the same place here. And I told you about what's about to happen there before I told you about what will happen to Raila. I told you Raila is going to die. You disagreed with me. And then you kasema ni stories za jaba. Then eventually baadaye nikakwambia there is one man who's being created, groomed by Ruto, Raymond Omolo. But before I get to Raymond Omolo, I need to take you back again to the actual Ruto plan. Was to eliminate the dynasties, to make sure that he has destroyed any formation that is not from him. And the formation he started working against is the formation, the Kenyatta formation and the Oginga formation. And the one that worked easy for him to start destroying was the Kenyatta formation by destroying the Kikuyu system in his government. And that one, he thought that it was so easy for him when he removed GACHAGUA from the system. So he knew that all the Kikuyus now would not be in the system. The kind of Kikuyus they would have is the kind of Akina Ishongwa, the kind of Kuria, the kind of those sycophant people. Unfortunately, as I told you again that GACHAGUA is not going to be finished, he will still be around. Things again started and GACHAGUA became great again. He's fighting and he's become what he is. That aside, well, we'll come back to that. Then, while he was finishing the Kikuyu, because he wanted to finish the Kikuyus and the Luos at the same time, because these are two protagonist tribes in this country who claim ownership of the country. That if it is not a Luo that is saying, a Kalenjin is saying, or a Kikuyu is saying. So these are three tribes that have been so protagonist, they fight one another, and mostly the one tribe is used by the two. When Kikuyus are fighting the Kalenjins, they get the Luos to come and help them fight. When the Kalenjins are fighting the Kikuyus, they get the Luos to come and fight the Kikuyus. In fact, who removed GACHAGUA from being the deputy? It is the ODM people who are brought in after the handshake. And remember when GACHAGUA was saying, nimeweka fence, nimeweka kila mahali, nimeweka mitego yangu, eventually for him to be removed. And when the Kikuyus wanted to remove Ruto from the systems, Uhuru Kenyatta had a handshake with Raila, and then all the Luos backed Uhuru, and then the government of Uhuru was stable. The same thing happened with Kibaki. Then the Kibaki, Raila Tosha, he came and they removed the Kalenjin.
Rainbow coalition.
Yeah, they removed the Kalenjin by, a Luo was used to remove a Kalenjin by supporting a Kikuyu. And this is things that goes forth and comes out and goes forth and comes out. And if you look at it now, you see the same scenario is replicating. Now Kalenjins are using the Luos they use the Luos to remove GACHAGUA, but now the marriage is a little bit shaking. It is not shaky because they are not in line with what Ruto wants. But it's shaky because that was the bigger picture, Ruto. The bigger picture Ruto is not to work with anybody that was a product of Raila. Remember when he said that huyu mzee tutampeleka polepole hata jua venye tabika bondo. The people with Raila were radicalized by Raila. They are the children. Watoto wa Raila. They behave like Raila. And they are never predictable. They will do today, they're supporting you, tomorrow they are telling you, we must behave. We must give us respect. You give us this. Because they are con men and con women. For them, it's about how am I going to benefit. Every situation for them was to benefit. Every situation for them is how they can pocket some money, how they can be able to get some deals. And when now Ruto has given all the deals and nothing looks like it's happening to them, and again, for him was not about to benefit them. For him is about to give them some handshake, something for them to as they go home. Because he is prepared, and he was prepared. As he removes Raila from the system, he also has to remove his children. Lazima wote waondoke. Watoto wake wote waondoke. Because they will cause problem. For him was to create a revolution in the Luo land. That was his work. And that is what he planned from the word go. Bringing in. You remember when he was fighting Uhuru, he made sure he doesn't have any Uhuru product candidate. He supported people that were not pro-Uhuru. He went for Didinyoro, he went for Ishongwa, he went for young people, the Gatondo MPs, those MPs, you go to Muranga, the same, you go to even to Nyeri, it is his product. The people that he groomed, he created them, and then he brought them up, and then he created a political party, then he fought against Uhuru. Therefore, that is a trait that Ruto has always had. Destroy the hierarchy that is and create your own hierarchy. Now, after they did to Uhuru, he's gone to Luo Nyanza, and what he's doing now, he brought Raymond Omoro, and Raymond Omoro, remember, he's the one that coordinated the UDA activities, all UDA activities in Luo Nyanza, they were coordinated by Raymond Omoro. He's the one who did, he's the one who recruited which candidate and which candidate. And those candidates were not supposed to win that time. No, they were prepared for this time. All the candidates that vied that were brought by Raymond Omoro, they became number 2. All of them, they became number 2 in their political formations. Either they joined UDA, they joined another political party, but they were funded by Ruto because he knew Ruto. He knew then without with Raila he cannot be able to bring his own. So he funded number 2s, and all of them, 90% of them, they lost the election. The ones that were vying for governors, the ones that were vying for governors, the MPs, the MCAs, senators. They were people that were planted or brought in by Raymond Omoro, and this is the product of Ruto. And when they vied those days, they were not vying to win. They were vying in preparation of this season, a season without Raila, because Ruto 100% knew that at some point he's going to terminate Raila, he will not be in politics. And what I said, because he said, huyu mzee tampeleka polepole, baka bondo, na hata jua akifika. When he made sure he has succeeded in removing Raila from the equation, now what is happening, he decided now to cause the 2 formations that are in ODM, because he knew He was very well, he knew the tactics of Raila, and he's worked with Raila. He knows what Raila can be able to do. Remember, during the post-election violence, Ruto was the military wing of Raila. And that is why he was the one who agitated for the violence, he pushed for the violence, for the removal of Kibaki, while Raila was negotiating with Akina Kofi Annan, Ruto was outside there fighting for the positions for Raila to become the president. And they're the ones who even took him to the Uhuru Park to be sworn in. So he worked in the political military wing. So when Raila was doing a handshake with Ruto, Raila created another military wing. And this military wing was given to Sifuna. And also he created another diplomatic wing, and this diplomatic wing was given to Akina Undanyi, Joho. These are the political wing, the good people who are for negotiation.
Smooth talkers.
The smooth talkers, those who are with him. When things will collapse, Sifuna will be told. And that's why, remember that there's a time I told you, how come Sifuna is talking, is opposing Raila, and nobody is touching Sifuna. And you know, if you touched Raila, you will be pushed out immediately. Because Raila operated in those two wings. Similar thing Ruto is doing now. He's trying to raise that system. That's why you can see so many goons coming up. And now Raymond, as he was placed, he has only one task, not an interior minister. PS. He has never been a PS for interior. He's positioned there because of Luo Nyanza, to make sure any product, any child related to Raila in politics has to go home. Now what they did, I told you this thing, and I saw many people saying at in stories Ajaba. I told the Babu Sifuna wing is ballooned by Nice. They are not in Nice, but they are ballooned. No, I'm just hitting on that so that I can give you the hint of Omolo. What is Omolo doing? So this one were given more hedge to come up. Meanwhile, Ruto has been caught sugaring this other group, Linda Mwananchi, Linda Ground, Linda Ground. Yeah, kina Wanga, kina Oburu. He's been sugarcoating them until they made a decision at their NDC to remove the officials so that they can create a real wage. And they removed the officials. Once they made that, the number 2 program was now start bring the Oginga family on board. Winnie was removed from the Sifuna camp and brought back to the systems. Then Aida was removed from the political equation of this country. She was sent out of the country. Akapatiwa kazi kule UN. So she cannot speak politics. She cannot do politics because she is a diplomat. Number 2, Oburu was brought in to do the Bwekse. He is doing the Bwekse. And after he did the Bwekse, and they made sure that Ida has been taken away, and the Winnie has been brought in to be crushed, has been removed from people to be taken back for the crashing. Now the Omolo systems started working. Started working how? The people that have always been working for Ruto, they are the people who became number 2s in the Luo Nyanza politics.
Now opposing the current leadership.
They are opposing now the current leadership. Those are the people that have been bankrolled. Those are the people that were given money, were given contracts by the government so that they can have money in preparation to remove the likes of Wanga, to remove the likes of Oburu, Akina Orengo, Akina Nyanginyong. All that group that was created, groomed by Raila, has to go. So that he creates, because the intention is to create a new king in Luo land who is not as affiliated to the Ogingas. Because he wanted to dismantle the Ogingas. And because he knew the Ogingas are blackmailers. And they have been using the power they have to blackmail. So the Ogingas has always been blackmailers. You can see Winnie today is with you, today is not with you. The mother today is with you, tomorrow is not with you. Because that is the art they use to ascend to power, to ascend to control, and to make sure that things. So for Ruto to have what is in his mind, because what is in the mind of Ruto is not a yesterday thing. It is something that he planned when he was in YK 92, that he will become a president and rule forever. Because that's the intention of Ruto, to rule forever. So what Ruto is doing now is perfecting an idea that was mooted by him about 30 years ago. And this Ruto, and when he came, when he was fighting to become the prime minister, he was preparing himself to become what he wants now to become. And for him to become what he wants to become now, he has to remove anything or anybody who can oppose him.
He has to deal with the strong man.
He has to deal with the strong man in any region. He was dealing with the strong man. He was fighting Uhuru Kenyatta to destroy Kenyatta so that he can raise his people, only to make another mistake by fighting Rigathi for Rigathi Oguso to come and replace Uhuru Kenyatta. And I told you, Kikuyus, they don't have a king, they create a king because of a need that is there. And therefore, unfortunately for him, he created a king and he lost the Kikuyu systems. Now he's so much on the Luyas and the Luo system and the Kisik system. Unfortunately, Simbarat is coming up to oppose him openly, telling him, hapa wachana nazi. And again, unfortunately, Matiang'i is also coming up there. But in the Luya land, he will finish this guy called Madividi. Madividi, he doesn't have a political party, does he?
NC al-emerge na UDA.
So there is, I hear there's an agreement that he cannot form another political party. That is the agreement. So this man is finished.
What about Moses Wetangula?
Listen first. This man is finished. Now, who is remaining? Moses Masika Wetangula. When you bring Moses Masika Wetangula, is a Bukusu. Are you getting me? The other side, Madividi is from Kakamega. This is from Bungoma. Now, what he's trying to do is reason the guy, the former administrator, Tawe.
Oh, you're Natembeya.
Natembeya is coming up very strongly. And again, Sifuna is coming up very strongly to cut these people completely from the equation. So the person we call Wetangula, Wetangula, he will not be finished from the ground. Wetangula will be finished from parliament. And I told you this. And I told you that they are preparing to remove Wetangula to bring in
Amolo.
Otiende Omolo.
I remember you
to
telling
become,
me
I
that
told you
months,
that.
I think many months ago.
About 7 months ago, last year, it was last year, huko na nyuma. I told you, Amolo is being prepared, and Amolo is the one to take over because he is in the system of Omolo. Remember, Otiendes were never in line with the Ogingas. Akina Kideros, those are the Kina Tomboyas. Siodero is married to Tomboya daughter. Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yes. Those are the Kina Tomboya. These people were never pro Oginga family. So what Ruto is doing is raising people who are against this family, while sugarcoating the family and talking to the family and giving the family prominent positions like the one that he gave Ada, and returning Winnie to come into the systems is our ODM, and also giving Winnie some leeway. And again, remember this family, Oginga, they are in oil industry, and many things that are happening around, they can be threatened that these things were going to destroy them. So that is why they were humbled down. And that is how now they cannot have the teeth they used to have.
To bite.
They cannot be able to bite. Again, they have been removed. The one that who could have brought the legacy of Oginga back to the streets, it is Winnie. Winnie was tricked and removed from Sifuna and brought into the ODM that is now being crushed. Are you getting me now? Now Oburu is going to be atenda kuondolewa kabisa from the equation. One thing, he cannot be able to campaign alone. One thing he cannot be do. The people who are supposed to support him, akina Gladys Wanga, wamewekewa moto kwao. Gladys Wanga will be fighting politics za ground za kwake county yake. National politics ataondokea. Number 2, there is Funa who has been ballooned, who is fighting them and they fighting them to destroy them. So Wanga, Suna and Mbwex. they have been deflated.
Anaitwa youth leader.
Youth leader wamekuwa deflated. Now they are at the mercy of Ruto. They cannot make a decision because they don't have the ground. The ground has been taken by Akina Sifuna. Now they are alone. Number two, the number twos are hot on their heels. They have been financed. Number three, the PS is making sure anything Wanga is doing has been watered down. Anything that anybody that was pro-Raila or a product of Raila is doing is watered down. Number three, the family that could have brought these people together has been destroyed. Meaning, a new king will arise in the name of Omolo. And look here, Omolo has taken Akina who? He's working with Akina Odiwuor. Do you know who is Odiwuor?
Yeah, Jalango.
Jalango. Yeah. He's working with that system. He's working with the media, the bloggers, the people who are prominent bloggers from the other line, the people in the business community, the people who have always been suppressed by the Ogingas. These are the people that are working with them. And it's a sort of trying to liberate the Luo community from the Oginga family.
Hey.
Are you seeing now? So that is why Omoro is becoming a factor, and that is why everybody is complaining about Omoro, because they have seen the network that they have been holding on, the Oginga network has been dismantled. There is now Wanga had to go. Wanga can only work if supported by somebody, and she really depended on Ruto to support him, Ruto to help her, Ruto to work with her, and Ruto to make her a deputy president. Only to come and discover Ruto was never had any intention of creating a deputy president in the Luo land. All what he wanted is to raise members of parliament who will be sycophants. Member of parliament, because he wants to raise a 2/3 majority in parliament for the law to be changed for him to become a life president or termless president. That is all he's working. He's not working for winning an election. In him, election is won. Flat. In him, in his mind, election is won. What he's working for is members of parliament that will support him, change the constitution for people to go termless or 7 years term, whatever it is, 7 years term or a limitless term that you can go in as long as you're alive, you can you can continue. And because he will be able to have submerged or any opposition, either in Luo land, Kisii land, Luya land, he can be able to deal with the Kikuyu land or the Gema land because he will have caused a wage against the Gema community and the other tribes. For the two tribes will be against one tribe. This is what he really wanted to, and this is why they are hyping on Gachagua, because they want to implant the idea to other communities. This is a Kikuyu who is bringing the problem to this nation. They want just to Luyas to see the Kikuyu, not to see the opposition. But this Gachagua is smart, very smart. He's able to join hands with Kalonzo. He's able to join hands with Matiang'i. He's able to join hands with Akinatawe. He's joining hands with everybody, meaning the idea of sidelining the Kikuyus from the other tribes
as tribals
is as tribal chief, and then creating a chief, creating a tribal chief in the name of Gachagua. Because the one who will be vying, who will be on the ballot box, ballot paper, it is not Gachagua, it is Kalonzo, but they are not touching Kalonzo. Matiang'i can be on the ballot paper. They are not touching on Matiang'i. They are targeting on one person and profiling Gachagua as a Mukekoyo who is hell bent to bring chaos in this nation. Is another Kikuyu, is another tribalist, is another this, is another this. That's why they are really profiling Gachagua, and they are speaking about Gachagua. Every meeting you see is Gachagua, and they are saying opposition ni ya Gachagua. Ukienda mahali popote kila kitu ni ya Gachagua, because their intention is to profile, and it has refused to work.
Niko na swali Apostle.
Yes.
When you talk about Raymond Omolo becoming the next Luo kingpin, or rather he is, attempting to rise to that level of Raila, do you think he has managed? That is the first question. And number two, could it be that all this saga happening between the Linda Ground fraternity and UDA, especially when it comes to zoning matters, could it be that this is something that is being inflicted by Raymond Omolo and his
Yes.
team?
No, this is not trying. He's already become the king. Yes. Why are they talking about him? If he's not the king, why is Wanga talking about him? Why is Oburu talking about him? If he's a nobody. If he was a nobody, nobody would be talking about him. He is a force. He has made things. Things now are operating. The buttons are working. Electricity inawaka. Nyumba zote zimewaka stima. Amehakisha. Now it's operationalization of the move. And the move now is to kick Wanga out, kick Oburu out, and kick any Oginga child, political child, out
of the picture.
Of the picture. Remove them. That way, see now the Odiwar is vying for the Senate in Nairobi because of Sifuna. You go to Kisumu, you find all the number twos, and any other one has been created to take control, to take over. On the ground, if you see Wanga complaining, wanasema tuheshimiwe, is because they are not in the ground. They waliletwa hapa juu, wakaletwa hapa juu, wakaletwa hapo juu, then things were being worked. And the moment they are sure now the machine is working, wanahitaji tu kama mafuta with the kick, sasa wameanza kuwagonga. And this is why I see Oburu is complaining, saying Omoro to get out of. Who is Omoro? A PS. Why would Mbwekse talk about a PS? A small person.
A whole youth leader.
A whole youth leader. A whole youth leader talking about a PS. It means something's not working. You see, Wanga she's crying. I saw the new Secretary General. She was also crying wherever she was. To Omanyo, she's complaining. For the first time I saw, she was able to read the statement. Niliona akisoma fluently. But you see, she's complaining. Why will they be complaining of a PS? Not a minister, a PS. Because the PS was not a PS. It was a king in formation. And the king has now grown up, and the king is taking the throne. Omolo has taken over.
So you say Omolo has taken over.
Yes.
What does the future hold for the likes of Kina Gladys Wanga, Kina Peter Kaluma, Kina all these, ODM brigade that used to hold Raila so close?
No, Wanga was not popular than Kidero. Wanga was not popular than Kidero. But Wanga was given the certificate, ODM, and being given the certificate of ODM was equally being given the certificate of Electoral Commission. So Wanga was given a certificate, ODM, at the expense of Kidero. And after that, immediately, elections were done, Kidero was taken in by Ruto. He is working with Ruto. Why? Because he's being prepared to take over. Are you getting me? Akina Orengo are going home. Is Orengo going for another term? No. Amemaliza yake mbili?
I think so.
Amemaliza yake mbili. So somebody else is taking. Anyang' Nyong, who is now supposed to have been the ODM chairman, is going home. Buex, nobody to come for him. Youth leader, nobody will campaign for him. The girl that could have been the voice of the family was taken in and destroyed inside. Nowadays, she doesn't talk.
That's Winnie Odinga.
Winnie Odinga. Nowadays, she doesn't talk. The voices she was making, no, she cannot now go back again to Akina Sifuna. She cannot go to Sifuna. She cannot go to Babu because already she has messed herself. And that was the work. They needed just to mess her. Arudi huko, amaliziwe. So the voice of Ogingas has gone. And when the voice of Oginga has gone, any product of Oginga will automatically cease. Therefore, who will rise up? The one that has been mentoring, that one that has been mentoring the people on the ground, the people, the new crop, the new leadership, the new dispensation. That is Akina Kidero, that is Akina, this son of huyu kijana wa huyu alikufanga. Boyd Were. Boyd, remember during whose burial? The sister of Oginga's, Raila's burial. The commotion he brought in. Remember the commotion he brought in until Wanga had to stand up to say that is bad manners, respect the dead, respect. It was a test. Wanga was being tested. You are the ODM chairman. Now do what you can do. A youth now, a newly elected youth, has destabilized you, has caused you to even make some complaints. So all these was meant to gauge, test, execute. Gauge, test, execute. Gauge, test, execute. Now, Luo Nyanza is under Ruto in terms of people that are going to be fronted. What will happen, whoever that will rise and have a slight control or a slight trust in the Luo Nyanza, he will be able to turn the tables against Ruto. And the people, akina Raymond Omolo, wataletwa chini. But Raymond Omolo is the king now.
Okay, ni nani mwenye anaweza patia Omolo a run for his money in Nyanza at the moment?
Not a run for his money, because you cannot run against the government. There's no money you can have against the government, because the government is a producer of the money. But if Babu carefully moves well and does his politics well with Akina Sifuna, he'll be able to turn the tables against Omolo, not this time round, next time.
But in the near future.
Yeah, the near future. Because after Omolo being used, now, after election, once Omolo is being used, immediately after the election, he will be removed from the equation or even killed. Yeah. He will be atatolewa kabisa from the system, because he knows a lot of things. That's when you see Olengo said, system inakudanga watoto wao. Yeah. Revolution eats its own children. The revolution that will be caused by Omolo will eat him at the end of the day. After he finishes the game, he will be eaten.
Kuna huyu, every time they are talking about Omolo, there's this, was it a DC in Nyanza who used
Ezekiel Oyugi?
Yeah.
He was the most powerful PS, internal security. He's the one that was involved in the Ukomada and all those kind of things. He was the most powerful. Remember Kinaraburu, the most powerful provincial commissioners. They were very strong. But eventually, what happened to them? They died mysteriously. Yeah. Any system that uses you to do his work, their dirty jobs, their dirty operations, at the end of the day, they will consume you.
But as far as politics is concerned, currently Nyanza is under the control of Ruto.
Yeah.
In terms of
maneuvering and doing things, because of course there is no father they want to. Zamani walikuwa nakimbia kwa baba, naye baba anasema nitalete maandamano, anatuliza. He is in control. He is pulling the strings the way he wants. He is able to pull every string around him, and through Raymond Omolo, and therefore he has built a huge network, and the ground network ni kubwa sana, and he doesn't have resistance ambayo angepata. Sasa hana resistance. He's easily moving in Nyanza the way we want. It's unlike him in Mount Kenya. He's unable to move. He will come, Kikuyus will go to cheer him because kuna kakitu kanatoka. Then after that, wanachoma t-shirt za UDA, wanaendelea na one term. Yes. So
if at all unasema Omolo vile anaendelea kushika watu hivi sana, as in ameshakita mizizi huko Nyanza. Everywhere you go is either Raymond or Omolo. And the people who are complaining about, there is mambo ya zoning, the kina Gladys Wanga and kina Atandi, they are all out here crying, saying there must be zoning. Why do you think they are crying?
They are crying because they believe in Nyanza, they want sequence to use the spirit of Raila. They want to use the spirit of Raila so that they continue being in a position of control using the Raila spirit. Not, they want to zone because they are in the end your chair ready. Wakizone, she's the one to give her own herself certificate. But if there is no zoning, Ruto will bring in a UDA candidate, and a UDA candidate will win. Yes.
Wanga UDA candidate?
Wanga has never been popular. It is her certificate that was popular. Or Akina Junet were never popular. It is the certificate that was popular.
au walikuwa wanashikwa tu mkono hivi na baba anaandika?
Akishikwa na mkono na certificate, you become popular. So they were never popular. They have never been popular. There were people on the ground, but because they didn't have money to bribe, to give Raila, ndio maana walikuja hawa wakafanyika popular out of the paper, but not out of the ground. The ground was different. And because the baba would come and say, haya, kila mtu tunaenda suti. Kutoka juu, na teremuka, mpaka chini. Tuende tukiangalia. So it's automatically the paper. It is about the paper. It is not about the individual. Gladys has never been popular at all. Miri Odhiambo has never been popular. Mbwex has never been popular. So okay. Nobody. Orengo only was popular. But again, Orengo tried to go with a different political party. Did he make it? He never made it. This guy called Nyanza tried to go against the ODM. He never made it. They came there to come back and they pay.
So if the elections are held in 2027, can you give predictions of the people in Nyanza who are close to Raila that will not make it?
The entire system. The person who can make back if he was to vie, it's Orengo and Nyanza.
The rest hawaoni kitu.
The rest hakuna mtu hata mmoja that will come back.
Peter Kaluma.
Peter Kaluma, you know Peter Kaluma. He's a land grabber.
Okay.
Peter Kaluma speaks what is being told. Go and say, go and do. And that is why he was given papers. He was not given papers because he was popular, but he was going to Baba and then be told Baba endo tukane fulani. Kama Suna, ni Suna nani, Muhammad. He's always been told, endo tukane fulani, and that is why he uses vernacular languages and everything. Those were the work. They were rewarded because of their mouth. Yes. But the rest, they will not. And now, let me tell you one thing. They will not make it at all. So they will not make it.
Come to 27, Nyanza will be yellow.
Kama kuna kifagio itafanyika Nyanza, it is this time. Just wait and see.
Nyanza will be yellow.
You will not yellow. Will be new people, real now people, popular with the people. Inaweza kukosa kuwa yellow, but people popular in the ground. People popular in the ground. Watu ambao walikuwa na watu, walipendwa na watu, lakini wale walidhulumiwa na the Ogingas. Those are the people that are going to come back. There, itakuwa sasa kama Kikuyu land. You know, in Kikuyu land, that is when we had Moite with the party that belonged to Jaramogi Oginga. Nyanja, another party that belongs also to Jaramogi Oginga. While Matiba was there, Matiba Wave was there, but Kikuyus had decided who to give, not because of a political party, but because this man deserves. Then the Kikuyus had all these days that they were liberated, na wakakuwa they can make a decision without being influenced by who is who. This time now, the liberation has gone to Luo Nyanza. From now, you will find people will be elected from different party. If there were 10 members of parliament in Luo Nyanza, 5 will be from different political parties and independent candidates, and a few from the UDA. So,
hakuna hopes za ODM tena, the Oginga families kuamuka kushika Nyanza kama zamani?
No, they can't again. They can't.
Hata youth leader jamani.
Hata youth leader. Sitakangi kupredict vitu zingine. Maana tulikuwa naye hapa Uhuru Park nikapredict vitu zingine. Ikafanyika. And the similar thing itafanyika too. They will not be there. Some of these people, characters, will not be there to even see what will happen. If at all there will be election again, put another factor. If at all there will be an election. Because if Ruto calculates and sees that the election, he is not going to win the election, there will be no election. He will cause chaos. And then he say the country is not stable for an election. Yes.
What?
And then the election will be postponed. According to current situation, according to the registrations, the new registration, which is...
There is no boundary. You actually said that. But
and there is no boundaries. So anybody will go to court and stop this election. This election is not supposed to be held until we have boundary delimitation.
Reviews.
We have the reviews, and also we have the censor. You see, that none of this has been done. And also we don't have that law for the 2/3 majority, that one Cecily Mbalile was trying to push for, it is not there. So anybody will go to court and say, you know, this election cannot be held because of A, B, C, D. And that will be the Ruto will be waiting for. Then election will be postponed for 2 years so that we can be able to have this. And that is what they want to do.
Bethel Clouds TV, empowering